What's up, fight fans? Mainman Mademan here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. What up to the fam? What up to everyone in Mainman Mademan's boxing form? Hey, look, man. So the thing is this, fight fans. I'm listening to some of the reasons that they are giving as to why Bernard Hopkins and Oscar de la Hoya did not show up to the post-fight press conference for Ryan Garcia. And it sounds like to me, man, a bunch of just kind of excuses. I'm not buying any of it, fight fans. And I don't think these excuses measure up, in my opinion. Look here, man. The kid is 24 years old, suffered the biggest defeat of his career, probably down in the dumps, needs some good advice at that point. And who's better to give advice than former great fighters like Bernard Hopkins and Oscar de la Hoya to help navigate the kid through the, help him pick up the pieces in the post-fight. You know, who's better to do that? And, you know, right before this fight even happened, man, Oscar de la Hoya was running around clowning the team of Gervonta Davis, saying that they didn't care about him. So, I mean, action speaks louder than words, fight fans. And it looks like the actions from these two shows that they didn't care much about Ryan Garcia. Now, according to Bernard Hopkins, we'll deal with him first. The reason that he says that he did not show up, he says, and I quote, "First of all, we had Eric Gomez, who is the president of Golden Boy, who handles and structured with the assistant and everybody there. Second, it wasn't going to be about Oscar. It wasn't going to be about Bernard Hopkins. The focus is about Ryan being there with Tank, the fans that's there, the questions the reporters are waiting to shoot. What else can we say than what we said before the fight? And Oscar will have his interview and whoever he does it with Monday morning or Tuesday. I'm not going to turn anything into a circus because even though it's over, the fight, if they saying that I was going to put testosterone or whatever it is, they're trying to come up with something now because they realize that I didn't touch Davis in a negative or aggressive way at the weigh-in. But you hear me saying, watch the edge. They got to come up with the cream and this conspiracy. If they felt like that, then it's over with. I don't know if it's over with them. I don't know if they want to gloat even more or stick their chests out. But my whole thing is, this is Ryan's time. This is his time. And if they went that far, now that it's over with, I let my guard down. Absolutely not. End quote. So it sounded like that he didn't want to show up because he's saying because of the whole situation beforehand at the face-off, at the final face-off, where Gervonta Davis got into a back and forth with him about touching him. Because it looked like Bernard Hopkins touched Gervonta Davis during that time. And, you know, during that time, a fighter does not want to be touched. He's locked in. He's clean. And, you know, during these times leading up to a fight, you just kind of can't be too careful. You got to watch what you're drinking. You got to watch what you're eating. And you got to watch who are around you and who's touching you. Because certain tricks of the trade can get pulled that way, fight fans. So Gervonta Davis wasn't wrong in that respect. And honestly, Bernard Hopkins should have understood where he was coming from. I remember during that interaction, man, Bernard Hopkins yelling back to him, "Oh, I'm about that life. I'm about that life." Like Bernard Hopkins, shit, I mean, stop it, bro. You 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? Tank is a youngin', man. You don't need to be talking like that. You're supposed to be one of the ones that the younger fighters look up to. Not sitting there challenging them and touching them and thinking you can say whatever you want to them. Don't work like that, bro. And honestly, he's saying that this is Ryan's time. Well, you're trying to make it like you're not being selfish. Well, honestly, I think by not showing up and taking to your own platform or whatever the case may be, that may be considered selfish. You're taking the shine away from Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Now the story is about you and Oscar. So, you know, if anything, if you want to be seen as not selfish, I think it has the opposite effect. You're seen as selfish, bruh, because you did not show up for your fighter and he needed you in that moment. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, fight fans. As for Oscar de la Hoya, well, fight fans, his excuse was just as lame. And he was citing things like death threats and all kinds of other stuff that he was dealing with leading up to the fight as to the reason why he did not show up. According to Oscar, and I quote, "I do want to clarify why Bernard Hopkins and I weren't at the post-fight press conference. First of all, Bernard Hopkins was accused during the weigh-in of having testosterone cream on his hands and touching Gervonta Davis, when he only wanted to help him because he was going to fall off the stage. So PBC, Gervonta's promoter, banned Hopkins from everything. He couldn't get inside the ring. He couldn't do anything during the promotion." End quote. Well, what does that have to do with showing up for Ryan? All right, if PBC didn't want you to come in the ring because of the bad decision that Bernard Hopkins made, that's on B-Hop. What does that have to do with the post-fight press conference where y'all was sitting on the total opposite side of the stage, away from Gervonta Davis, and so on and so forth? What does that have to do with any of that? You won't be touching them. Hell, that's even a good platform to defend your actions. And if they would have made accusations towards Bernard Hopkins, that would have been the best stage to defend what he did. He goes on and says, and as for myself, my security team told me, boss, we got to get the F out of here because I've received death threats. You guys don't know this. I received death threats throughout the whole week, and they just said it was simply too dangerous. So we got out of there, end quote. Hey, look, man, that's something that we didn't know about. And if that's what came with this event, then it is what it is. This was a big, big event. A lot of younger boxing fans were heavily engaged in this event. So you had more people come around. Why are they spooking you, Oscar? Like, come on, man, this sounds real lame. You know what I'm saying? You got death threats. You got probably one of the best security teams that money can buy. And I'm sure that that event was well secured as well. Man, stop the crap, man. He goes on and says, and I quote, and plus Eric Gomez, who was Golden Boy's president, who was right there front and center with Ryan Garcia. So there was no issue, no problems. This is all coming from all of these PBC minions that are just attacking Ryan, attacking Golden Boy. But it's all good. It's all good. Ryan Garcia made this happen. Tank made this happen. We had a great fight. The best man won. My hat's off to you. And again, Tank Davis, you're a great fighter. Ryan Garcia, I have your back. Bernard has your back. And we're with you 1,000%. And you will be back better than ever, stronger than ever, guaranteed, end quote. Yeah, that's easy to say after the fact. All that Monday morning quarterbacking ain't where it's at, bruh. Like, ain't nobody buying it, man. No one believes it. You know what I mean? You did not show up. It's easy, you know, actions speak louder than words. You said before the fight that Tank's team didn't care when clearly you didn't care. You didn't care. Now, there's a lot of people starting to allude to the fact that maybe Oscar didn't show up because of the fact that he totally lost to all of his old rivals. Think about it. I mean, losing his star fighter to Floyd Mayweather, who also beat Canelo Alvarez, who also beat Oscar De La Hoya. Well, maybe Oscar's tired of losing to Floyd and Leonard for that matter, because Leonard told him before the fight, we took all of your fighters. So he lost to Al Heyman as well. And in this case, lost to Al Heyman again. How about Steven Espinoza, his former lawyer? They didn't end on the best of terms, fight fans. Well, guess what? Lost to Steven Espinoza as well. And so people may saying that, look, man, Oscar been getting his ass kicked by that side for so long that he just could not show up and, you know, show face. He was embarrassed, fight fans. Embarrassed. And so, honestly, that can be seen as a bit of a selfish move, because forget about what Ryan got to deal with and stand in that fire and face the world. Forget about all that. You so much concerned perhaps that you just lost once again to the PBC side. I mean, damn. So, I mean, Oscar's been taking a lot of lumps lately when you think about it. Losing all of that to PBC, also losing Canelo to Eddie Hearn. And also, and now just lost his star fighter that was perhaps on this to help lead the subscription charge on DAZN. Hard losses, Oscar. And I honestly would like to think that it's more so have something to do along the lines of that than have anything to do with some death threats and all of this other stuff. So stop it, man. Y'all was not there for the kid. Floyd Mayweather showed up, and people were wondering. I know y'all were surprised that Floyd showed up, but he showed up, and y'all didn't. And it's very unfortunate. And I wonder how Ryan Garcia feels about this. I almost wonder, should Ryan Garcia give Al Heyman a call? I mean, clearly his team doesn't have his best interests at heart. And I'm sure they want to push him forward. And who knows what kind of contract situation that Ryan is in. But I'm sure he looks on the other side and says, I want to be treated like Gervonta is being treated. The best of everything. Believing in him. They believed in him enough to open up markets, fight fans. That speaks volumes. So it's unfortunate. Oscar, stop getting your ass whooped by PBC, champ. And Bernard Hopkins, ain't nobody buying that crap, bruh. You were selfish in those moments. And it is what it is. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Share. Rock the bells. Catch up with y'all real soon in the next live stream, man. To the next video. Peace out.